what's going on, but I have the bike and it's ready, and for some reason, every single time I find the clutch zone, the friction zone, it decides to just stall out completely. Okay, take two. Yeah, all my RPMs are gone. And then it stalls out again. It keeps stalling out. And I can't rev my bike any more than that. It's not revving above 4,000 RPM. I'm pretty much giving it max throttle I can. But it's not. I can give it more and more throttle, but it won't go anymore. I can't even go anywhere. It's a lot easier than this usually to get it started. Usually it's 10 times easier to get it started than right now. I don't get what's going on. I don't know how well you'll be able to see right there. Now it's not even pulling my clutch out. I'm literally in first gear right now. All the way in first gear. No clutch at all. first gear. No, no, nothing. 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 I'm literally in first gear now. Third second, it's not falling out even. What is going on? I literally don't get what's happening. Look it, back down to third second. Like, what do I do? I don't know what to do at this rate. Yeah, is it just forever in neutral? Like, what is going on? Yeah, no zero friction zone. Not even stalling out. I don't get what's happening. It was kind of hard to hear me, but what's happening is I'll put the bike into first gear. Look at here, look, I'll turn it on right now. I guess I can't turn it on, the kickstand is down. But I'll turn it on. And originally I had it in first gear, and I would release my friction zone and I would find it, and I would begin to rev it, and then all my RPMs would just start they just all drop to zero, and the bike would just stall out. Then I would just increase the revving amount, and it would just still drop all my RPMs and just stall me out. And now it's not even registering my clutch pedal or even what gear it's in. I'll push it into first gear and it's keeping it as neutral. Okay, so usually there's like a lock on the bike, or there's like a lock on it, right? That locks the wheels together if it's in neutral. And it's locked itself. Or I meant, if it's not in neutral, it'll lock itself on both tires, but it's in neutral and the tires are still locked. So I just don't get what's going on at this rate. I see, I was able to move it here. So then I thought when I was driving, oh, maybe it's user error. So then I went to go rev it up again, and same thing. And now it doesn't shift gears. So I don't know. So some people said to check my clutch lever here to make sure this is moving along with my actual clutch itself. So pulling this in here does actually activate my clutch. So I do think that's correct, but I'll still measure out my free play and then the distance here to make sure that it's still like all connected through and through. As for working on the bike, it looks like I'm going to be working in the grass because I can't move it. So someone also told me that it isn't a double wheel lock, it's because it's still in gear, meaning that it's going to lock up the back wheels regardless. So that all makes sense to me now. I will still measure this out, and if that doesn't work, it looks like I'll be replacing that, which is going to be very fun. If anyone knows any good like aftermarket windscreens, that would be very helpful. After doing a ton of research into this bike, I realized that I have the naked version, which finding a windscreen has been such a big pain on it, just because I have to buy aftermarket. I can't buy stock, and I bought a Puge windscreen, or however the fuck you say the name, and it doesn't fit at all to where I need it to, because it comes with a double headlight, a little pokey bit, and I don't have double headlights. So I currently have one in my car that I think might fix, but I also don't want to buy. I went to the shop to buy mirrors, and they gave me the front fender ones, which they didn't fit like clearly like with these two bolts where it was at. And so I went through and I bought different mirrors instead. So if you know any good recommendations for a windscreen, that would be very nice. And actually, now that I'm at it, and then, you know, for like the clutch plate, like any new ones that you would recommend overall once I switch it into. As for the painting on the bikes, it is Sharpie. I used a Sharpie Creative marker, but my red one ran out on this side, so I need to find some more red to do this side. And I haven't done that fender yet, and I haven't done the front one with the red either yet. So I still plan to go through and
finish out these fenders and make all this stuff look real nice and fun with all them shapes and colors. Updates on the FC6. I totally thought it was the clutch, and then I found the activation point and I'm like, all right, this is lit. So then I moved, and currently this is the street. I was stuck just about here, right next to these yellow lines, and I've had to have like 6 cars pass me. I tried messing with my activation, but now I'm here dragging the bike because for some reason I can't just pick up and move it. I have to like dictate the cars around me in order to get them to pass. And then on top of that, I think this is broken because my headlights just keep on coming on and off. So that's more funness to do. I don't even have, oh, I guess there are some mountain points for some turn signals there. So who even knows, bruh? All right. After dropping the bike 3 different times, I started this project at 8:30 and it is just about 9:30, hitting about 10 o'clock. So I am, okay, so I've been at this for about an hour and a half now. I think I've been at it for an hour and a half. I think I started at like 7:30 or 8 o'clock. So I'm going to call it quits now. I'm going to write a note on here saying that I'm going to leave this for the day, and then I'm going to come back up here tomorrow morning or afternoonish because it's my day off. It's still in the just about same spot from right over there. Yeah, I'm kind of pissed off that I burnt out my own clutch, but I have played with this thing enough to know that this isn't it. I'm gonna try to see if I can get an adjuster, but any type of like adjuster is either gonna have to remove this entire front end, or I'm just gonna have to remove this entire thing to see if it's burnt up. Now I think I was smelling clutch, so I don't even know what this does. I see from in there, it's a burnt. I can't tell. Maybe one of you guys can tell, but I can't tell from inside of there. Maybe I'm stupid and it needs oil. But yeah, so we're gonna deal with that tomorrow afternoon. Bam. That's rain, all right. That's gonna be a pain. My bike is halfway up the road, about a block away. Man. The rain has let up just slightly. I'm going to walk over to my bike. Duffel bag inside there. What do I have in there? Towel. Impact gun. Got a bike. I don't know, but I'll show you where my bike's at. So, you know, I don't know why Apple hasn't implemented like a auto switch function. Like I can switch inside of the camera view. I think Samsung did, or Android, or the bike is on the way. Oh, my phone doesn't zoom that far. It's right there, up a block pretty much. So that's where I'm about to go grab it. All right, my party people, this is amazing. I've gotten the bike back at my place, so this will make life so much easier for me because I don't have to panic about getting my bike back home. The only thing is, I don't know what happened. I've been adjusting this. I think this is the lock one someone was mentioning about. I wonder if I can get a screenshot and post it up onto the screen. I've been adjusting this one, trying to find it, but they said something about a lock, like a lock bolt. And I know, from my understanding, the lock bolt, or the lock, I forgot what they called it exactly, but the lock piece, that isn't this one, but is the one down inside of it. is still going to be a pain to get to. Just like how checking this clutch is also going to be a pain too. So I think, from my understanding, taking out the clutch itself is going to be easier than taking out the clutch cable. Just because the clutch cable will have to take the tank, which I have a full tank right now. Yeah, I have a full tank right now. So the clutch cable inside of there, and taking out all the air fuel and all that stuff, and then trying to reroute it. Or I guess I don't have to reroute it, I'm just adjusting it. But same thing with this though, is, oh, I guess I have a couple of bolts because I got to take this piece out, and then all the, oh, 1, 2, about 5, 6 bolts, and there's a whole bunch more inside of there. I started the bike up trying to find that friction zone while I was riding, or trying to adjust the thing again, the clutch cable again, but it got a little bit hot for now, so I might let it cool down. I need to put my springs onto these guys. My only thing is I dropped it also last night, and I bent this one, so I've kind of been trying to bend it back. You can kind of see it right there. So that's pretty badly bent, but it's still screwed in there, so I might still use it. I have another peg that would fit here. The thing is, it's too long because it came from this one here. So if this is another broken one, that's going to be 4 out of 6 pegs broken, which is a pretty good number. I'm currently 1 of 3 mirrors down. And then here, I just broke my brake little kind of like thingy, and I don't know how good that is potentially for actual braking and stuff like that, especially with my full brake stops compared to just regular braking. But when I dropped it that most recent time, it did actually start to work, and I did actually get to move it in neutral. So the tire locks are which means that it might not have been locked in first gear. So this is a big bonus, in my opinion, to make life so much easier for me. I think the engine thing is on just because just because I dropped it. And then there was a couple of things that I did notice that was weird. So for example, when I was adjusting the clutch cable last night, I said that my headlights weren't working and I needed a new one of these. That because I also don't think my hazards work with it. And I know people are like, oh, you don't need turn signals and this and that. I think I was reading I was reading somewhere about them not needing a gauge, not a gauge cluster, a shifter icon. So therefore I can still at least get some mounted, just because I'm still more learning in a way. So therefore I want to let other drivers know that I exist. And it looks like I have some mounting spots over here too. So that means I can get all four lights, which is great. But because of the weather in this area, I would really like to have a windscreen at least, because I rode during a light drizzle, which is pretty common in my area, and having to wipe off my my visor with my arm is definitely a fun experience. Mirrors all have to be adjusted now. Readjusting the cables because I have to go put the springs in. But I still don't know what's making it in gear. So my question really is, should I take off the tank and adjust the little tiny bolt inside of there? They said 1/4 of an inch or 1/4 of a turn, or should I just take out the clutch and check that and inspect that? Because I don't know which one will be easier at this rate. Actually, the only other thing that I think could be fucking up with my clutch right now is actually my clutch itself. My clutch foot pedal. Is this called a foot pedal? I don't think it is, because when I had to replace this, I've only had to replace this one once, or twice. I had to replace it twice, and when I did, I have to move this foot peg here in order to pull it out. So maybe that has to do something with it, but I don't I don't think so. I really don't think this is it, unless I just, yeah, I just don't think it's this. Okay, some quick updates, gamers. So for starters, the neutral works now. I'm currently in neutral, and it pushes so much easier. When I was in that street, I was quite literally just ripping it back. When I was in that street, I was just kind of like ripping it back as hard as I could the entire time. And then at one point I got off and pretty much pulled it, trying my best to get it on the side of the street like I did. But now it's in neutral, and let me turn on the key here. See, it's actually, it's in neutral. Oh my goodness. But here's the thing, so I pull in my clutch, I go to, oh, I can't hold my brake with my other hand. I go to engage it, and I can feel the gearing, oh, hold on. I guess it shouldn't be able to move backwards when in gear, right? Or I guess I have the clutch in. So when I release the clutch, it still doesn't have a friction zone, and actually I can still move it backwards. Something's not up here. My high beams are on, but they're not working, so that kind of sucks. I thought last night maybe the oh, I still have it in reverse. I was thinking last night maybe by me having it with so last night after a while my clutch cable would adjust in a certain spot and then my lights would come on. So I think that's kind of funny and weird. I might be able to jack it back up on the center stand again, and maybe I could show the back wheel spinning, but I honestly don't think it now is because the clutch isn't engaging anymore. So I'm again at a loss. Like I said, I should either A, remove this or B, remove that. Either one I don't really want to remove completely because that'll take a very long time. And honestly, on a side note, if it's the cable down here, then I don't need to spend more money. Maybe I could also just go through and replace the whole throttle cable while I'm just down there. But if I recall, it should just be a matter of taking off this tank, and it's right there pretty much. On the other hand, this one, if I know it's bad, then that's an expensive part with zero money that I own in my account. So I'm gonna figure out which one to do now, right? On another side tangent, the last owner, I think they replaced the pegs and they lost the spring inside of them. So that kind of sucks. I wonder if I can go to the shop and ask for a replacement on these guys. But it's both of them. But yeah, I think dropping the bike put me in neutral. Okay, time for the research part of all of this, so then I can splice it in, or maybe I'll just not splice anything and then let it all be chronological instead of cutting everything up like I did, so it made sense, so the information was portrayed, in my opinion, like here's everything happened then, and then here's everything that happened then, without too much like breakage through pretty much, and not having things all end up weird, and not me pretty much repeating myself over and over again, so it's just one continuous thing. But as for here, I guess for this video I'm going to post up a bunch of pretty much the entire clips, because it equals out to about like 10 minutes of footage, and I didn't want to post all of that. But over here I have what I was originally looking at. I found the FCN that I needed. I even checked for the I checked down the lights to make sure that it was even the same like model completely through and through. This one's telling me about that. I've already measured this out and I know this doesn't really work that well. So then I found the service manual just for the FC6 in general, and on side of here it pretty much shows me what was it, the ferrule lock right there, so then I can adjust this one to fully adjust my free play. Now in my brain I think, oh, this is easy, I can just do this job so quickly, so easy. So then I look at my manual, and then I have bookmarked the page here, and I'm like, okay, the only thing in here is the fuel or replacing your air filter. Okay, you know, just simply take off the tank, just those two. Look at that, now it's there, and all I need to get is right underneath there. Okay, hold on real quick. Let's look at the service manual itself. Number one, it says refer to fuel tank and refer to air filter. I don't have any cowlings that I think could get in the way because I have no fairings. And the seat is, yeah, I already know how to take that off. So when it says refer to the load, then this makes it look even more confusing because I have the two bolts that they say over here, right? Two bolts, like, okay, that's the same. Wait, now there's hoses connected? Wait, do you not connect the hoses? Remove the full tank, remove air, and actually over here it says about all the hoses, but it doesn't say here. But look at this, now I got two different hoses on a full tank. So then it also says to refer to air filters, and this makes it even more confusing. I don't think I need to remove this completely because I think if I leave that in there, I might be able to just hook that little I might just be able to hook it down onto there and pretty much just pull it out easily. I guess I can jump onto this one though while I'm on my brain. So this here is the clutch diagram, and from my understanding is I need to pull out at least this far in order to check my clutches to see if they're burnt through, and I need to spend $200. I don't know if I need to check all the way down to here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I need to go check the idle gears and stuff, and that's 11, that's 12, and those connect up into there, which means that it has to connect to this gear here. And then this starter clutch drive gear. I don't think I need to check that. The generator rotator bolts, that I think just needs to come out to get to 10. No, actually I think the starter is going out slowly, but no, I don't need to check that far. So I just need to probably make it to at least the starter coil assembly, so the 6th one here. So yeah, I don't think I need to remove pretty much all of the system just up to here, which makes, I think, my life easier. But overall, this one looks complicated, but I think would be like, thought process wise, way more simpler because I just have to pull out the gears and make sure I just put them all back in the right way. Compared to like adjusting this, I can just take the air filter and just hook it up over the side, and then I can just pull it out right there. I think that should be theoretically a lot more simpler than doing the clutch plates. The only thing is removing that gas tank and making sure that there gets no fuel on me. And can't those just be clamped up? I'm not too sure because I don't even own clamps anyways. Like this part here, what is this, 7? Let's see here. I need give me any notes. There's a white paint mark on the fuel tank for the breather hose. Fuel drain hose. I don't want to drain it out. Or wait, do I need to drain it out? If I have to drain it out, this would suck. Does it tell me? Here we go. Removing the fuel tank. Extract the fuel in the tank through a fuel tank cap with the pump. So this one, in my opinion, is going to be infinitely harder for this particular reason, because I don't think I own a gas can big enough for that. So that would suck. That would suck a lot. So I think, honestly, I'm looking at just removing the clutch plates. Okay, here's the next part, right? So looking at prices of things, this clutch cable here, I couldn't find one off of here Revzilla because the OEM made no sense. Even this, I can't even find, I don't think, particular ones unless I go for non-OEM, apparently. But this, I can't even find the clutch cable. But here's a clutch cable that I found on eBay. And I don't know pretty much if I should even buy this at all compared to these plates here.
These ones for the full set are $50 though. And I would be able to just replace them regardless, really. Because I'm assuming that I'm burning them out like crazy. So I really don't know which one to go with.